Good evening everyone, and welcome to another new video on the channel. As usual, please remember to like, to comment and subscribe as we continue to develop this new YouTube channel. It is Tuesday the 14th of April and we have a big night ahead in Redcar as Redcar Town can clinch the title of the Ebac Northern League Division 2 by beating their main title rivals Yarm and Eaglescliffe. It's all set up for a massive night at the Momolam Memorial Park, so let's head over to Redcar and see what on earth is going on. So here we are in Redcar, and coming into tonight's game, Redcar Town are top of the Northern League Division 2, 2 points clear of second place Yarm and Eaglescliffe. Redcar have played a game less than Yarm, so the arithmetic is pretty straightforward tonight. If Redcar Town win, they would be champions. They would be 5 points clear of Yarm, and Yarm would only have one game left to play, so pretty cut and dried. However, if Redcar lose tonight, they would then obviously be a point behind Yarm. They would have 2 games left to play and Yarm would have 1. So the likelihood is that they would need to win their 2 remaining games at home to Seaham Red Star this Thursday and away to Darlington Town on Saturday. Of course, depending on the result of Yarm in their final game. If it's a draw, then obviously that puts Redcar Town very much in the box seat as well. And the likelihood is that they would only need to win 1 of their 2 remaining games, and they would only need another point in any case to clinch the title. So it's all set up nicely, but the easiest way for Redcar to get over the line obviously is to win tonight. So let's head into the Momolam Memorial Park, or the Neeform Stadium to give it its proper sponsors title, and see how it all unfolds. And here we are at the entrance to the Neeform Stadium. So here we are inside the Neeform Stadium ahead of tonight's vital game. Now if you want to see a full tour of the Neeform, we have covered this ground a lot this season, so if you go to the previous videos and look at the pre-season friendly with Bishop Auckland back in July, then you will see a full behind the scenes tour of the Neeform. But tonight we're going to concentrate on this vital match. And now it's time for tonight's programme review, and Redcar Town's regular issue tonight is actually a double header programme covering both tonight's game and Thursday's home game against Seaham Red Star. It is 24 pages for the usual £2. Welcome to the Neeform on the inside. Regular ads, report on the 4-1 win over Chesterley Street Town and the 2-1 home win over Jarrow. Match gallery from the Chesterley Street Town game, match gallery from the Jarrow game, more mandatory ads, opposition profile on Yarm and Eaglescliffe and on Seaham Red Star, player profiles and sponsors, Facts and stats and the league table, playing stats, and the teams, all three squads on the back cover. The usual 8 out of 10 for this excellent issue produced by Footy Print. And the teams are coming out for this vital game here at the Neeform Stadium. Redcar Town, of course, led by their captain Craig Gott, who will be looking for back-to-back titles with Redcar teams. Of course, he won the league with Redcar Athletic last season. And Redcar Town playing in their regular blue and white stripes tonight, and Yarm Eaglescliffe in an all yellow kit. Destiny awaits here at the Molum. 3 points tonight and it is all done and dusted for Redcar Town. Anything but that, and we carry on until Thursday night and maybe on to Saturday. It's all set up for a massive game, watched by probably the biggest crowd that I've certainly ever seen over here at the Neeform tonight. And we're underway here at the Neeform.
Good marching! Good marching! Good! Good! Come!
And an early chance for Atkinson, goes for goal. And it's gone in, and it's a dream start for Yarm Eaglescliffe. A poor error from Will Cowie in fairness, but Atkinson struck it at goal, and Cowie parried it into the air and it fell into the back of the net. It is 1-0 to Yarm here at the Neeform. He picks the ball up and goes for goal, but it's over the top. So it's going to be Craig Gott with the Redcar Town free kick. Plays it into the area. Picked up by Taylor. Beach. Over the top, looking for Bruton, but it's well held by Roberts coming off his line. Kick to Yarm Eaglescliffe to be taken by Stuart Titchener and fired in and headed across goal and onto the roof of the net by Atkinson. Steady touch from Taylor and he's loses out. And now Yarm on the attack again with Atkinson out to Daniel Jones. Jones crosses and over the bar. First corner of the game from Stuart Titchener for Yarm, and it's dealt with by the Redcar defence. And a handball gives Yarm a free kick in a dangerous position. So a dangerous free kick, and it's gone in. It's a double for Atkinson, and I'm afraid that Cowie was once again at fault, beaten at his near post, and the visitors go into a 2-0 lead here at the Neeform. It's Redcar Town 0, Yarm Eaglescliffe 2. So it's going to be Joe Taylor. Let's see if he can test the Yarm keeper for the first time. Goes for goal and drops it and just about gathers it at the second attempt.
Left foot, doesn't go in there! Fuck off! I said fucking shoreline! Fuck's sake!
Taylor out to Sakete, and now Abdullahi takes his man on well. Abdullahi, and goes down, and the referee waves away the appeals for a penalty, and that looked a decent shout. And now the cross comes in, looking for Duffield. Best spell of the game for the home side. Now Bruton, and the referee stops play. And so the referee's dropping with a drop ball, and finally Redcar Town have their first corner of the game. So Joe Taylor with the first Redcar Town corner goes near post, and he's going to get another go. So Taylor with a second attempt at this Redcar Town corner, gets more lift on it and headed clear. Craig Gott angles the ball in, but it's headed clear. Bennett.
Good. He's offside. Line you quick, level. Top it up. Go. Go. He's up. Come on. Ref, that's time! Ref, that's it!
And the referee calls a day on the first half here at the Neeform Stadium. It was a disastrous start for the home side, and Will Cowie in the home goal is having something of a game to forget, being culpable in both of the goals. Redcar Town with it all to do in the second 45. Half time here at the Neeform, it is Redcar Town 0, Yarm and Eaglescliffe 2. So half time then, Redcar Town 0, Yarm and Eaglescliffe 2. They got off to the worst possible start, didn't they, really? Just looking to settle themselves downtown and play themselves into the game, and then they conceded that very unfortunate goal where Cowie flipped the ball up into the air and it came back down into the back of the net. And since then, really, the home side have struggled to create a clear-cut opening. It isn't really until the last 5 minutes of the game that they've shown any sort of dominance in the Yarm box. Before then, of course, they were already 2 goals behind. Again, Cowie at fault, getting beaten by a low drilled free kick at his near post. Redcar are going to have to find a way back into this game, because at the very least they need to take something out of this game. A draw wouldn't be the end of the earth, but if they lose, they've really got it all to do. So let's see what happens in the second 45. And we're back underway here at the Neeform, and Redcar Town have made 2 changes at the break. McCrory Carmichael and Connor Smith have both joined the action. So it's going to be Craig Gott with the Redcar Town free kick. Fired it into the area, headed across goal. Gott fires it up again, and gathered by Roberts. Throw into Redcar Town to be taken by Sakete. Abdullahi crosses in, and it's gathered by Roberts. Crossed into the Yarm box. And an effort at goal, it's gone over. Carmichael crosses to Abdullahi. Good trickery, fires in, and it's a point blank range effort from Alex Bruton, but his header lacked the power, and Roberts was able to hold on.
Oh, what a save!
Atkinson, and he scores his hat-trick. It was an initial error from Cowie, and he redeemed himself with a save, but then Atkinson picked up the loose ball and he fired it into the net. and it could be the most important hat-trick the striker's ever scored. It's 3-0 to Yarm. And a corner for Yarm. Yarm corner headed over.
Come on, Tig! What's he waiting for? Stand!
Carmichael trying to create an opening. Abdullahi with a cross. And suggestions of a handball. Abdullahi with a cross. Again, Redcar still not carving out clear-cut opportunities, and punched over the bar by Roberts for a rare Redcar corner. Corner for Redcar. Headed goalwards and a goal! Kieran Sayers pulls the goal back. It's a header from the substitute. And is there still some life in Redcar Town? It's 3-1 here at the Neeform. So Craig Gott with the free kick for Redcar as they look to breathe new life into their promotion challenge. Fired forward. Picked up by Joe Taylor. Bruton. And it's gone all the way back to Cowie as Yarm press well. Carmichael. Abdullahi. And fired in, but it had enough power but didn't have the direction. So Joe Taylor with his latest free kick round the corner. And corner ball. So just out of shot, it's Joe Taylor with the latest Redcar corner. Taylor. And gathered by Roberts, who's fouled in the process. And in fact, the referee has given a penalty to Redcar. I thought they had actually blown for a foul on the keeper, but the foul was actually by the Yarm player, and it's going to be a golden opportunity for Redcar to get right back into this game. So Carmichael steps up. And scores! He scores, it's game on at the Neeform, it's 3-2. To Redcar on the far side. Fired to the edge of the box. And it's a bit of a speculative effort from Carmichael, but it's well over the bar. Abdullahi crosses in. And fired over. And Yarm have stolen it on the counter. It's Daniel Jones. And a ball played in behind caused problem for the home defence yet again, and Daniel Jones has restored the 2-goal cushion for the away side. 4-2 here at the Neeform. And Yarm have had a player sent off here for a second yellow card, and I think it's Samuel Conway. Let me just clarify that. And it is indeed Samuel Conway.
What's happening? Come on, Pete, run it!
And how did that not go in? A real melee in the box, but Yarm managed to keep it out. Taylor with a corner. Harrison fired into the box again. Smith and fired over.
Hurry up, Pete, go back and Leaf, hurry up. Hurry, you just do it there then, Leaf, Pete in. Good for George.
Stairs and pushed over and fired in and held by Roberts. And the referee blows the final whistle here at the Neeform Stadium. And for Redcar Town, their season goes on, and there's work to do in the final 2 games for the home side, because the visitors now have the advantage at the top of the table. The final score here at the Neeform, it is Redcar Town 2, Yarm Eaglescliffe 4. So it finishes Redcar Town 2, Yarm Eaglescliffe 4, and what a topsy-turvy game that was, watched by a crowd of over 700 at the Neeform. Funnily enough, almost an identical attendance that watched the match that saw Redcar Athletic clinch their Northern Premier League title against Matlock Town, and so it certainly shows that the Redcar public are getting out and supporting their football clubs, which I'm sure they're enjoying after, you know, a history that had no senior club in the town, and then since, you know, as little as 10 years ago, and now they've got 2 successful clubs. So football fans in Redcar must be absolutely loving life right now. Although from Redcar Town's point of view, obviously they are going to have to do it the hard way now in terms of winning the title. Now, in terms of that game, I've got a few observations, and the first is that Yarm are probably better prepared for this situation because of what happened to them last season. Obviously, they've been through the heartbreak of missing out when promotion looked almost assured. Obviously, they actually finished second last season, but then put in a shocking performance against Thornaby in the playoff semi-final. A team that they finished, I think almost 30 points clear of in the league table, something like that. And so they were still stinging as a club at the start of last season from that experience, but they will have used it to galvanise them to make sure that they don't freeze on big occasions like last night. I'm recording this the following morning, as you can probably tell. Redcar Town, on the other hand, with a lot younger squad. I mean, they have got obviously some players in there that have been there and done it, like Joe Taylor and Craig Gott. But there's got a lot of youngsters, and I think that the occasion, especially in that first half last night, was a little bit too much for them, and they froze a bit in the headlights of having, promotion in touching distance like that. And I think Yarm dealt with the situation a lot better than the home side with. Obviously, it didn't help that the Redcar Town goalkeeper had a game that he'll absolutely want to forget, being responsible really for 3 of the Yarm and Eaglescliffe goals. And again, having that early goal going with a goalkeeping error in just a minute into the game, that is going to deflate any side, and it'll do nothing to calm the nerves, which is what Redcar really needed. But you've got to learn to deal with pressure in these situations, and now they're going to have to do it because the likelihood is that they're going to have to win both of their remaining 2 games against Seaham Red Star this Thursday and away at Darlington Town on Saturday on the 4G, because I cannot see Yarm and Eaglescliffe slipping up in their final game. As I said, they've got their steady heads on right now, and I didn't detect any nerves at all from the Yarm side last night. So I think you can take it as a banker that they're going to win that last game, and because of the goal difference situation, a win and a draw isn't going to be enough for Redcar Town unless they can absolutely hammer Seaham Red Star on Thursday night. But bearing in mind that Seaham themselves are 4th in the table and still in with an outside chance of getting 3rd place and securing a home tie in the playoffs, I don't think that's very likely. So it's looking more and more likely that Redcar Town will have to win both of their games. And really, I think that is the only path to promotion for them. And I don't want to be, to put a dampener on things, but history has shown time and time again that teams that have come through these sorts of situations where they've run aside neck and neck, we've seen it with Shildon the last few seasons, and maybe we'll even see it again this season, where they've run aside close all season, finished in 2nd place, way above everyone else, like indeed Yarm did themselves last season, and then they haven't got anything left in the tank when it comes to the playoffs. And I can't remember a single case where one of these sides actually went on to get promoted. So really for Redcar Town, I think it is the next 2 games. That is the chance. Once you get beyond that into the playoffs, it's very, very difficult to pick yourself up again. And although obviously, I'd be delighted if they went on and did that and proved me wrong, I think that is going to be the much harder route. So the easy way to do it, well, the easiest way was last night. That chance has gone. So the easiest way now to do it is to win these next 2 games. And, they've been in great form lately, Redcar Town. Some of the games have been a bit desperate and they've won them very late, but they have been winning the matches. So they've just got to put themselves back into that mindset and tell themselves, look, you can actually win this. It's still in your hands. All you've got to do is win these 2 games. you know, teams that you've been playing against and beating all season. You can do it again, and if you do that, you'll be champions. So it all rolls on to Thursday night, and that is when we'll be back on this channel. Thursday the 16th of April, we'll be back at the Neeform for Redcar Town versus CM Red Star to see if they can achieve the first of those 2 cup finals and set things up for a game at Darlington on Saturday, which unfortunately we won't be able to cover. I'd love to be able to cover it on the channel, but of course Redcar Athletic take on Blythe Town in their final game of the season on Saturday. We'll be there for that promotion party and the presentations of the awards afterwards. So see you again on Thursday for that Redcar Town versus CM Red Star game, and until then, thanks as always, greatly appreciated that you are watching Just a Sec TV.